All right, Shalom, Shalom. First thing I want to do is give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Shema Shah, Bashon Kadash. Double honor to the apostle and elders, great millstone. And salutation, you brothers, pushing this word with true sincerity, with charity. All right, so this sit down is inspired by recent events, and I'm going to give a brief testimony and I'm going to give some scriptures. All right, so I'm gonna say what happened, right? My car got stolen, right? My car was stolen, but this is the third time my car been stolen, and it's always been my new car. My last car, they stole it twice, and the second time I ain't get it back, and I literally just got a brand new car stole again. All right. So at first I was mad, I was angry, I was upset, but what's the crazy part about it is when I was asleep, this was Sunday, Saturday night going into Sunday, I had a dream. I was having a dream somebody was stealing my car. I had a dream that somebody was stealing my car. Random as hell, wasn't thinking about it, wasn't nothing. And I was looking on my phone in the dream, and I was looking at the location of my phone, on my phone in the dream. But they had stole my car, and I was tracking it. So I woke up, and I had an unsettling feeling. I knew my car got stolen. And I looked out the window, and my car gone. Now, this is a brand new car, brand new. So at first I was mad, I was angry, I was upset, I wanted to tear the motherfucking world up, wanted to punch a nigga through his face, all that good shit, right? But then when I couldn't find it and I actually calmed down and I started to think with some sense, and I was like, man, why these niggas always fucking with me? But then this scripture kept popping up in my mind, this scripture kept popping up in my mind, so the Lord was telling me, nigga, look, nigga, this what happen when you depart from evil. We pretty much a target. Now, where I live at, there's plenty of these cars. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of these cars. But I imagine it happened like my car was like, that's the one. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of stuff, and this one is just glowing to you. They don't know why it's glowing, and they just got to have it, and this is my mind. This is my mind how I envision, the wicked. But they just keep taking my shit. You know what I'm saying? And which is whatever. You know what I mean? That's like, some brothers go. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read the scripture first, and then I'm This is Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And that Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. So as we departing from our evil ways, and we becoming these new creatures, and we reforming our minds, and we having these spiritual battles, and the left hand spirits, or the spirits that's trying to entice us, you know what I mean? Look, they gotta come other ways. So if they can't get you this way, hey, look, I'm finna make him extremely inconvenienced. All right, and that's why certain brothers, they just keep finding themselves. Some brothers are prone to accidents where it's not them that's hitting nobody; they just keep getting hit. Some brothers are prone to goddamn it, losing a job randomly, can't keep a job, and it's just somebody at their job, they just don't like them. That's because the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is on us, man, and we really got a target on us. All right, we stick out, among all of these black sheep. It's speckled in there is white sheep, and you can easily see a white sheep amongst black sheep, So that shouldn't all right. So like it. Salakia. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Catch you off guard, so to speak. Well, it will catch you off guard, but you shouldn't get so bent out of shape about it. Calm down. This scripture kind of keep me level headed. Because I was in the midst of, you know, you know, trying to be a brother when this shit happened. I was in the midst of being a brother, and this shit happened, and I was a little upset. But when I thought about it, I was like, well, I'm just glad that this brother wasn't here because my neighbor stopped the guy from breaking in his car, So I'm like, well, I'm glad he wasn't here, so they would, at least they didn't take his shit, and they got mines instead of his, So, so I'm gonna read this. This 1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happeneth to you. Right? So this ain't nothing strange, man. Like, this shit shouldn't, you should be happy, actually. That show you that the Lord is with you. Yahweh Shema Shai is with us. Sometimes, I be trying to help brothers get out their rut, sometimes it can be hard. But you can't dwell on it so much, man, because that's when you giving power to Satan. You giving power to Shaitan and, the left-hand angel, That's like, a nigga who, if goddamn it, you roasting a nigga and everybody laughing, that'll make a nigga make more jokes. You gotta, kind of prefer, kind of brush it off and keep going. Because when you sitting in that low self, that low spirit, they get times for different other spirits to come around and fuck with you. Now you dealing with depression. Now you dealing with, you drinking too much. Now you dealing with, who knows, whatever, But the best thing to do, even though it may seem hard, is just, hey, look, I hate to say it like this, the Christians say it, but let go and let God, man. Let go and let Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And let the Lord just do what he gonna do. Because it might be, it may seem like it's fucked up at the moment, but the Lord might be setting you up for something greater, which is ultimately the kingdom. All right. It says, but rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Yahweh Shai's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Right. So you should be happy, man. Because when Yahweh Shai return, and we catching our hell, and persecution ain't even here yet. If you been out of shape because, goddamn it, your car got stole, or you got fired because they seen the video, or you should be, the Lord ain't gonna put you in a situation where he ain't gonna carry you through it. It might be rough for a minute, but gird up your loins, man. Look, I've been there. I'm not telling you just from just me just saying something, because then, I don't want the Lord to put me in a situation where now I got to deal with it. Nah, I've actually been through it, all right? And was able to say, you know what, Yahweh Shema Shai got me, I'm blessed. I still got a roof over my head. I got a job. I got my daily bread, my bills paid, whatever, Sometimes you can't get what you want, but you know what? I damn sure got everything I need. All right? I damn sure got everything I need. And the Lord then blessed me with a couple of, with a little extra, The Lord looks out, man. And he did it, not only him, but through the brotherhood, man. Which I'm thankful for all the time. We can get so caught up in dealing with our bullshit, but we don't think about just all of the great goodness and everything, you know. And then, all right, let me see, I'm spelling it wrong. All right, this Job 11:6, and that he would show thee secrets of wisdom, that they are double to which is, know therefore that the Most High exacteth of thee less than thy iniquities deserve. So even when we catching it, we still catching for some dumb, stupid shit we done did. You know, because as soon as I look down, I say, Lord, what I do now? You know, and I immediately start looking and examining myself to see, you know, myself, and to look myself in the mirror to say, you know what, maybe I could be doing this more. I could be, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, beginning of the day, middle of the day, Yahweh Shema Shai got us, man. All right, we got his name. We not bugged out. We got sound mind. We got wisdom. All right. You know, look, man, we got the earnest down payment of the spirit, man, which is a level of spiritual power, man. We got the first start of it. Now we just gotta continue, all right? Now I'm gonna get Ezra 9:13, and after all this has come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that our power has punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and have given us such deliverance as this. You know, so we don't, we deserve worse. Extermination. We do deserve it. Now, you niggas went off. But guess what? If it weren't for the mercies of Yahweh Shema Shai, we'd be fucked all the way. All right? Even 2/3 of our people is going to get mercy, after they get their ass whooped, So with that, I just hope it's edifying. I want to give all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. And salutations to you brothers pushing this word with truth, said it with charity. Shalom and a Baba Ball.